Welcome back. You're listening to the award-winning Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Hopefully, we'll be the second year award-winning soon, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
The multiple award-winning.
Multiple award. Speaking of awards, I want to give a shout out to Atomic April on this station. Atomic April's Radio Glam. She was mentioned in the paper, the Las Vegas Weekly. I have it here somewhere. Maybe I'll pull it up. As if there were a category for best radio show, she would have won it. That's awesome. And to Las Vegas Hot Diggity Dog Show, which is a pet show here on Saturdays. I love them. They're awesome, as much as I love April. And I got to play with Monkey. For those of you who follow me on Dame Vegas on Facebook, you got to see pictures of me and the little monkey, the capuchin monkey. And they would have won, if the category was there, they would have won Best Pet Radio Show. So congratulations to Vegas All Night Radio shows that win awards.
I want to put a niggle in our listeners' ears. And I said niggle, just so y'all know. I am not Paula Deen. I just want to let everybody know, if you're online somewhere and you see a vote for your favorite or whatever, and there's a fill-in category, or there's a radio show program category, or internet podcast category, and you can nominate your own, feel free to nominate us.
Yes.
And then post that you nominated us.
Yes, that would be awesome.
We really don't care who gives us an award. We're kind of like whores that way. We'll take it from anybody as long as they mention our name to other people.
That's right.
We'll take it.
We'll take best website, too.
Yeah, we'll take best website.
Yeah, really. We'll take it all.
Best Pecker page.
Yeah, that's an official award. The best Pecker page.
Best Pecker page ever.
Best Pecker page. Now, for the Academy Award nominees for Best Pecker Page, the nominees are the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City.
And no motherfucking buddy else.
So Mama is really concerned. No. Let's do some catch-ups.
Okay.
Let's start with you.
Oh, okay. So I have rejoined the world of finance. Let me move into position over here. I have joined the world of finance. I now have a regular bank account.
Oh.
I haven't had a bank account in years. So I went to Bank of America, and this is I went to Bank of America.
You really went
Wendy of Neverland said, best science fiction podcast.
Nice. History. We can win a history one too, by the way, just so you know. And the reason that I went and got a regular bank account is because I want to marry Silent Mike. And one of the things that I've learned, including Ramtax, she has been backing me all week. I know she can back me on everything that I'm saying, is that the best way to have a relationship financially with your mate is to have your own separate accounts and then a joint account to pay the bills with.
Right.
So I went and got my own separate account, and in a couple of months, we'll go and get a joint account to pay the bills with.
Now, are you going to, when you marry Mike, if that ever happens, because they've been engaged for years now, I
think from the very beginning, practically, yeah.
I knew before they went on their first date. Are you going to take his last name?
Yes.
So why are you getting the joint account now?
Because we can just change it later.
Okay.
It's to pay because we still pay bills together.
Because you'll have to get the checks reprinted and everything.
We don't do checks. It's all online. I love online banking. And the reason I went to Bank of America is because they have a commercial where you can take a picture of the check to deposit the check. That is awesome.
Chase does that too, and so does Wells Fargo.
I don't care. Well, we have our business account with Bank of America. Mm-hmm. Mike has his personal account with Bank of America, so I just wanted to make it easy.
That works.
So I have joined that.
I have Bank of America too. I have Bank of America because my mom and dad send me money, and for the kids and me and whatever. And
it's easier to transfer bank to bank.
It's easier. He can just go to the bank and just say, "Hey, put this money in my daughter's account," and yeah, that's it. Yeah. So whatever he's like, "Hey, I put money in your account for for the kids for your birthday or whatever. If I need to borrow money or which I don't do on very often. Every once in a while I need to, but it's just easier.
That's right. That's right. Wendy of Neverland. Yay for marriage. Good for anyone who wants it. That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. So I have joined the I have joined the ranks of the real world.
The officially fiscally responsible people.
Yeah, whatever. And I still have my little play card, my little online shopping, because I don't plan on using my regular bank for online shopping and stuff. So,
because if somebody steals it,
I have to tell you, I was telling somebody that I'm on a low-fat diet. That's why I can't come to dinners at a certain place, is because usually most of the food is very high in fat, fried, and most of the time, lots of mayo and the potato salad and all that stuff.
And if you ask them how is this prepared, they can't tell you.
No. So, and this is the German Club, and I went because it was chicken. Okay, and it's roasted chicken, so that was great. It was delicious. Skip. Fabulous job. Anyway, so I'm having a conversation with somebody at the club, and I think it was a guest or something like that. And when they asked me, why are you? They didn't ask me why they assumed I was on this diet because I wanted to lose weight. And they said as much. And I said, well, no, it's because I have this gallbladder problem, which went into this 15-minute dissertation on how they got their gallbladder out, and then how they started gaining weight. And they had this weight problem, and I just very calmly blinked my eyes, which stopped them from talking. That works really well, by the way. Just flutter your eyes a little bit, and people will stop talking, and then you can say, well, I don't really have a weight problem. I have a gallstone problem.
Yeah, it's not that my weight bothers me.
And they probably wanted to fall over when you said that.
So I don't have a weight problem. I don't have a problem with my weight at all. You might, but I don't. What I have is this organ inside my body that despises everything I do. And I'm going to warn you, 90% of people experience it. It's phantom pain after your gallbladder's been removed. I still experience it. It's not like the crushing pain that sent you to the hospital, but occasionally if I have a really high-fat meal and I'm thinking about the fat content in it,
right.
A couple of hours later, that space will just start like aching and twinging, and I'm like,
oh, funny. It's phantom pain.
It's phantom pain.
Gallstone pain, right?
It is a recorded phenomenon, and every doctor will tell you will probably still have pain for up to a year afterwards. It's just phantom pain. It's just like phantom limb.
I have been doing really good on my diet, staying away from high-fat foods and stuff, and I haven't had any problems. One of the people, I posted the picture of us over at Big Dogs, our little meeting, and somebody says, oh, I love their burgers. My favorite burger right there now is the turkey burger with sauteed mushrooms and spinach, which is delicious. And I know there's, oil fat in the sauteing, but not enough to make me worry. So, and I've had no problems, no pains. I have a full thing of pain pills still that I have not touched. So
we can talk about those.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, I have a couple of Vicodin that I kept just in case, and I only needed them for the first couple of days after my surgery. The surgeries are really, it's if you have it laparoscopically, and as long as you don't have too many complications, I had some complications during surgery, as long as you don't have too many complications, recovery time is 3 to 5 days, you're back on your feet. I was back to work. I had my surgery on Wednesday. I was actually back to work on Friday. I worked for a couple of hours. I was in a lot of hunched over. They've been digging around. Right. Yeah, I was in a lot of discomfort because they were, digging around on my insides with large metal instruments. But by the following Monday, I was feeling pretty good. And the following Friday after my surgery, I was moving furniture at work.
And for all of you ladies out there, you are 50% more likely to get your gallbladder have problems with your gallbladder than men
because of your hormones. Your gallbladder is directly affected by female hormones, which is why most women start having problems when they get pregnant.
And these three ladies, you three have already had your gallbladders out.
And what's funny, you say that.
No, she hasn't had hers out.
Mine isn't out. I still have it. And what's funny is
probably a dead, shriveled little thing inside of her.
Well, I start right after the birth of my daughter. Within a couple of weeks is when I had my first gallbladder attack, and I had them for about 2 years off and on. Never knew that it was high-fat food because when I went to the doctor, he looked at me and he goes, "Well, I don't know any surgeon that'll work on you because of your weight."
Wow.
So I went. I was young. I went.
This was before laparoscopic was really available, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1990.
Yeah, it was before 92. It was widely available. Yeah.
So, I never got told not to do it, but I haven't had for years.
Oh, that's good.
Probably.
Wendy says that she still has phantom pains from her removed gallbladder from over 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, I guess you'll be suffering from that for a long time there, Sierra.
Is your plan to eventually
Could
have
be.
yours out? If it
I don't
doesn't bother you
know.
anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I'm doing just fine on the diet.
Yeah, and I have a little twinge once, but it's just a twinge.
Yeah.
But I've not had a full-blown gallbladder attack in a lot of years.
I know what it is that triggered it. I had those taquitos from 7-Eleven, which are freaking delicious.
They're fat bombs.
Right? And they are fat bombs. And that's I ate that morning, and that's what sent me to the hospital. So I think if I just stay away from those kinds of foods, I'll be okay.
Mine was ranch dressing was what set it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Ranch
Because
dressing?
the 3 attacks that I had, the first one was after I ate a salad, which I had ranch dressing on, or a form of ranch dressing. The second one was when I had it here in the studio, remember? I had an attack here in the studio. It was after I ate, it was dairy. There was a protein box and there was dairy in there. It was dairy that was affecting me. And because dairy is everywhere, I opted to get mine removed, because even though there's all these websites that tell you, oh, you don't have to have it removed, there's, these shots you can take, there's this sonic wave destroying thing, whatever.
Right.
There's all these crazy things you do. The only one that absolutely guarantees 100% that you will never have a gallbladder attack again is removing your gallbladder. Because eventually you become more sensitive and more sensitive to fats, and eventually you have to go to a straight no-fat diet and not just a low-fat diet, and that fucking sucks. That means you have to become a vegetarian, because there is inherent fat in all meat everywhere.
Yes.
I ate Long John Silver's.
And that's what triggered yours?
Yes.
Yep.
Did you have your gallbladder out?
Yes.
So you and I still have our gallbladder.
Mine, I had the issue because it was shortly after I had my gastric bypass surgery, and the doctor thought that I had what do you have it called? Ulcer in my stomach. He's like, we're gonna treat you for ulcers. I was like, look, something's going on in there and it fucking hurts. So he's like, well, he sent me to the hospital to go check it out, and they ended up taking it out. But the doctor that took it out, my gallbladder was so big that you could not see anything past it.
Wow.
Yeah, he took pictures because it was so big, and then I ended up with a fourth hole, because usually it's three holes or whatever. I ended up with a fourth hole that I still have the scar from that one, because he had trouble getting it out.
I have that fourth hole too. Yeah. What happened to mine was it scarred. It had been apparently, because I've only been complaining about the problem for about 6 months when they went in and did the surgery. Afterwards, he said, no, this has been happening for years, which makes me think that the panic attacks that I was treated for after my son was born was probably gallbladder attacks.
Yeah, because remember when my daughter woke up, she thought she was having a panic attack, and I know damn well that was a gallbladder attack that one morning when you came over. Yeah.
And apparently my gallbladder had scarred so bad for being affected for so many years, it had adhered itself to my liver. And they had to kind of chip away at it because it's really, really difficult to remove your gallbladder from your liver without nicking your liver. And they're like, there's a possibility that we may end up, because they didn't know what it would be like until they got in there. And apparently I was in for way longer than anyone expected me to be, but it was because they had to cut me open a little more and try not to kill me by nicking my liver.
So, Elexia, what else? Did you have a story for your catch-up about falling out of bed or something?
Yes. So,
Thump. Can I call you Thumper?
Yes. So, I'm. It's not a rule, but I like to be told if we're going to be having sex later. I don't. I'm not a spontaneous.
Another rule.
I am not a spontaneous person. I don't like the spontaneity.
Alone and no sex spontaneity.
Right. I'm not a spontaneous kind of person.
Don't be in the room when she wipes her ass.
Exactly. I will close the door. Anyway, so I get ready to get in bed. It's kind of late, and so I don't know if we're gonna fool around or anything. But I go to kiss my silent Mike, and he slips me the tongue. And so that's the flag that I know he's horny.
Ding ding.
And so I look at him and I go, "You want to fool around?" He goes, "Well, we don't have to, but that would be awesome." I said, "Okay, well, let me go clean up." So I go clean up, and then we start to fool around, and it's divine. It's
divine.
Always a great thing when we do that.
It's visually inspiring.
And
you seen it?
One of the things that he does, and it always makes me giggle, and it always surprises me, is when he goes down, he likes to lift my legs straight up in the air. So I feel just
on display.
It's just so funny to me.
Just open it all up out there.
And of course,
that's because she's never had a baby. When 85 people come in and stick their hands up your cooch to see where you're dilating.
Right.
You would be used to that if you.
They don't even know these bitches' first name. They're just in.
How you doing? I have to check you. You're two. Okay, I'll be back. And then somebody different comes in.
So he's doing his thing, which is actually my thing down there, and I'm having a great time, and we're like thrashing all over the bed, and I get to the edge. And I start to slide, and he's holding onto my legs, and then I go, boom, right on the floor.
That's the best.
It was awesome.
Thumper.
Oh, so he proceeded to do it for another half an hour.
I was saying, did he finish the job at least?
Well, he felt bad because I fell on the floor. So if you ever want to get your pussy licked, fall on the floor. I think that's what the girls...
Is that what I need to do? Just fall on the floor?
I told a couple girls that story earlier this week, and they said, well, that's all I need to do is just fall on the floor.
So, Callie Guy, if I fall off the bed tonight, you know what I'm vying for? Not me.
Girls around the world falling out of beds.
So wait a minute, what happens when Wendy and her wife fall out of bed? Do they have to 69 or do that like crazy lesbian scissor thing? Like what's going on with that?
Lesbian scissor thing?
Have you ever scissored with a girl where you put your legs like this and kind of like
just
rub vaginas?
I don't think I've been with girls, but I don't think we scissored.
It's interesting. You got to be okay
I'm
with
gonna have
feet,
to
though,
get with a
'cause
girl
there's feet all up in
because
your face.
as long as they're clean, I got no problem with no feet.
That's the big thing. You got to be clean, right? Jessica Vegas wants to know how big is a normal gallbladder?
It's the size of a pear. Not like one of those giant pears. And it's the same shape too. And it's underneath your liver, just above your intestines. It's about the size of your heart. It's not a particularly large organ. It just causes a lot of fucking
It hides
pain.
under your liver. I know it's canopied by your liver.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy of Neverland said she had 3 holes, one just below her cleavage, one in her belly button, and one on her side below her ribs. And why do you have 3 holes to get your gallbladder out?
One is for the light, so they can see.
One is for the light and camera, one is for tools, and one is for removal. But if you have complications, you'll end up with a 4th hole because they have to put additional tools in. Yeah. So I have
the
2
holes
holes
are too
here.
big to get the gallbladder out.
And I have a large cut here under my boobs.
I only have one left because after I had my gallbladder taken out, I had what they call a panelectomy, which is basically a tummy tuck. And so they cut me in a triangle and then brought everything back together, and it only left me the one on top. That was it.
I still have all of them. I have, well, I'd have to move the camera. I don't want to do that. But I have this one here is the biggest one.
Yeah, but those are going to be gone soon because that's hardly. I mean, there's nothing
the one is so cute though. It's a cute little
scar. I call it my landing strip.
It is. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle. It's like right dead center.
Right there.
Yeah, that'll lighten up over the years. You figure she just had that in April and it's already that.
Yeah, well, you can. Well, if and when I do get my gallbladder out, I'm gonna write. When I wear, if I ever wear a bikini or anything like that,
in no time.
The one that's almost completely gone is my belly button. Right down here.
Oh yeah, they can hardly even tell that one.
Show the camera.
Kidnapping the camera.
I love this. I love showing scars. For whatever reason. Back to the sex. Wendy of Neverland says, Cheyenne is a big fan of scissoring. Just saying.
Can you take a picture and send it, Wendy? Because I'd really like to see that technique.
Privately.
I'd like to see that technique. I'll keep it in my own
Her number is.
You could just email it to me, and I won't put it on any kind of pecker, scissor, any kind of page.
Right. DJ Scissor Page. DJ says that he had that lifestyle of eating for so long that now high-fat meals physically bother him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go and change your diet like that, yeah.
He complains a lot when he eats something that he can tell that had a lot of oil or it's like greasy.
Or whatever,
He's like, I can feel it. I can feel it. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
You actually can feel it. That's why I know.
And I've changed a lot of stuff that I'm not to the extreme that he is, because I still do some things because I still want some shit to taste good, you know. But I can still, if I do something like that, I can feel the difference or taste the difference.
I miss cheesecake and chocolate sauce. No, actually, pizza is relatively, one slice of pizza runs about 14 grams of fat, which isn't a lot, right? And it's mostly the cheese that gives you the fat.
Well, and if you eat a vegetarian, don't put meat on the top.
Right. So I've actually been eating pizza lately, and I tell them to go really, really light on the cheese, just barely any at all. And I like vegetarian anyway, so.
Yeah, me too.
Is feta cheese fat-free?
No, there's no cheese that is fat-free.
Okay. Yes, there is, but it's not real cheese. It has no flavor.
Cheese is very low in carb. Cheese is very low in carbs. So if you're doing the low carb diet, it'll work.
Cheese is good.
Well, I just good for the low fat diet.
I just know that I think it's Domino's has a vegetarian pizza, but they put feta cheese on it, and then you get the thin crust. It's so good.
Anything dairy has fat in it.
Yeah.
And any kind of cheese that you get is a dairy product.
They do make fat-free cheese where they've processed it through some crazy enzyme processing.
And it don't even melt. It'll burn on your hamburger.
You gotta heat it to about 7,000 degrees Kelvin, which is a few thousand degrees below the sun, to get it to melt. And then, if you let it cool for too long, it turns into a plastic frisbee.
Yes.
And if the edges touch the bottom of the pan, it literally burns like a piece of paper.
Yeah. It does. So fat-free cheese, even the slices, like Borden makes fat-free pre-sliced cheese, even that's got to be heated. It's floppy, like it looks like it should melt.
It's good on a cold sandwich, but don't try to melt it on a hot.
You can't make no goddamn grilled cheese sandwich.
One of the things that I've turned to is just going back to my roots, going back to the Thai food that I grew up eating, because a lot of that is very low oil cooking, steamed
veggies mostly.
My mom, we had my niece's birthday was just a little while ago, and my mom made me special food. And all she did was just throw a bunch of vegetables and fish into a little thing and steamed it all up, and sticky rice and some chili paste, and oh my god! And I love that food anyway. I just revert back to my roots.
Whitefish and shrimp are really low in fat. They're they're really good. Red fish or pink fish has high fat content in it, so you can't have salmon, you can't have snapper, but you can have like albacore tuna. You can have. I ate a lot of tilapia.
Tilapia's good. Flounder's good.
Mm-hmm.
I love the little $1 packs that you can. I get them at Albertsons because that's my favorite place to shop because they have the best bread ever. But they have these little $1 packs. You can buy the big pack for like $8.99 for a little bit more. But I like the little $1 ones because it's just one serving. You cut off the top and do it whatever way you need to, and
they're great.
If it's me and Silent Mike, I'll cut 2 or maybe 3. And
Gordon's Fish had those pre-made fish cakes. Not cakes, but they're like fillets, and they take like 8 minutes to microwave. Those are great with.
I'm not a big fan of microwave.
I like
not for stovetop or baking.
They came out. I mean, you could stovetop them, but I would microwave them. They were just fine,
but not for cooking.
Yeah. All right, so that's the end of my ketchup. It was good. I fell out of bed. Thumper. I like that. I think I'll adopt that. You're listening to Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasOnNetRadio.com. When we come back, we've got catch-ups from the other 3 girls. We got a whole hour left. Plenty of